Hello everyone, and thanks for visiting. In this episode, I wanted to go over what ships can be used to transport a Cyclone. Now for the record, only 2 of the ships that are available in the PU can be used to reliably transport the Cyclone. But there's a few others that can be used as well if you're willing to get creative with it. Let's start with the 2 ships that can be used to easily transport a Cyclone. First we have the entire Connie lineup. It's safe to say that any ship that can transport an Ursa rover can also be used to carry the Cyclone. You can load it up into the Connie's ramp with room to spare, allowing the driver to be able to get out of the vehicle once it's loaded and to be able to get into the ship. The second ship that can reliably transport a Cyclone is the Starfarer. This also includes the Starfarer Gemini. The Cyclone can travel up the Starfarer's ramp and into the ship with ease. In fact, a whole fleet of them can be transported if you have a driver skilled enough to do the parking. Now we come to the not so reliable ways of transporting the Cyclone. First we have the Cutlass Black. Now the Cyclone fits well enough inside of the widened out interior of the Cutlass, but it does come with a caveat. If you don't have the Cyclone lined up just perfect with the cargo bay doors and aren't moving fast enough off the ramp, it will get fatally stuck at the threshold between the ramp and the cargo area. If they get this physics problem worked out, the Cutlass Black will end up being a lot more reliable way to transport a Cyclone, but for now, I wouldn't recommend it. The Freelancer can technically hold a Cyclone, and I've seen previous footage of people doing it and making it look easy. But after trying it for myself, I have to absolutely not recommend doing it. For starters, you have to kind of fishtail the Cyclone to even get it through the back door, and once it's inside, it's not only near impossible to get out, it also gives no room for the driver to exit the vehicle, leaving you pinned between the Freelancer's walls and the vehicle's 2 tires. So even though it's technically possible, it's still not recommended. Maybe when the Freelancer Max comes out, I'll try this again, since the opening to the cargo area on that ship is bigger and the width of its interior space is much more accommodating. An honorable mention goes to the Reclaimer, which acting as a transport for a Cyclone may not be the most equitable use of its time, but it should be able to load one up on the rear elevator and be able to bring it up into the cargo area, which also has a rather large doorway leading into it. But since the Reclaimer was disabled in the PTU at the time this video was made, I can't verify it. Another honorable mention is the Caterpillar, which dimensionally speaking should easily fit the Cyclone inside it. But since the ramps don't currently angle down, it made getting one inside problematic. In fact, I tried parking the Caterpillar's open cargo bay at the end of a ramp and tried jumping the Cyclone inside, which was fun, but ended up not being very fruitful. Now, I didn't know where to tack this footage on, so I'll include it here. I wanted to see if you could get a Nox inside the Terrapin. This is going to be another example of something that is technically possible but not recommended. Although I did manage to get the Nox inside the Terrapin, it falls over on its side the minute you get off of it. And if you exit it on the wrong side, you'll end up sorting through the walls of the Terrapin and will eventually start to take damage and die. Also, the Nox takes up so much room inside of it that it will prevent you from accessing a good number of the Terrapin's internal features. So in the long run, even though it's technically possible to get a GravLab bike inside, I don't see it being worth the inconvenience. And, just for laughs, I tried to fit the Razor inside of the Caterpillar, and if you try to land it in the front cargo bay, you get this problem. It's good as long as you don't close the ramp. And you could technically consider this to be a victory, but I personally wouldn't. Also, just for laughs, I tried to squirm the Razor inside of a Connie, which every attempt ended up like this. So with that said, thanks for joining me, take care, and I hope to see you back here again. Goodbye, everybody.